Uh,
What's the favorite piece that you've ever done?
my favorite piece that I've ever done.
That you've participated in? Yeah.
Yeah, I I think still is always going to be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, just because I like to do complicated stuff. I like to have a lot of workload. I love to be busy as an actor. And in that show, I think I was on stage almost the entire runtime. I think I had 10 minutes off stage.
Yeah.
So I'm always on stage for the most part. And I come off maybe twice. And most of that is for the intermission. And those are my favorite types of roles because you really just get lost in it. You're not in the back, you're not in the green room thinking about when you're gonna come on next. There is no downtime. You're living in this story for however long it's taking place. You're always listening. You're always reacting. You're always playing. So that I think that's always going to be my favorite experience that I've been a part of.
And McMurphy is such a complicated guy.
Yeah, he's a he's very interesting. I you've read the novel, of course,
Mm-hmm.
Kesey's
Mm-hmm.
novel. Uh, it's very weird. Like the play is almost kind of, even though it's written by him, the play is kind of different. He's kind of a chameleon. Like he could be sort of anyone,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, he has these very obvious characteristics. Like he is very self-centered. He's very narcissistic. He's a war veteran. Like he's got some trauma from that, and all of a sudden he's stuck in this place that he thought was going to be an easy ride, and it turns out that is really the worst place you could end up in is the American health system in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all a metaphor, of course, for how we treated veterans who came back from the war.
Exactly.
The way I always look at that show when I was doing it is that McMurphy's a guy who, I don't know, I don't quite know, it doesn't talk about it, but he seems like a leader. He is a guy who always wants to be in charge of things. So I don't know if he had rank in the war or not. I can't remember if that came up in the book or not.
I don't remember either. Yeah.
I don't think it talks about his rank or anything like that. Uh, and it's also possible, even if he did mention his rank, he could be lying about it because he's a liar.
Yeah.
Anything to make himself look better. But
Yeah.
he gets in there and he sees the treatment that these men are being subjected to, and it's disgusting. And he realizes that it needs to change. It's him fighting against the corrupt system.
Yeah.
And that's just who I am as a person. I'm always railing against the inequities of the world.
So you're a perfect choice then.
Yeah. Someone came up to me when they saw the show and they said, I think you were actually born to play this role. It was someone that knew me. And they said, this was actually perfect for you. Because normally I wouldn't be a leading man. People don't really look at me as a leading man. But for that specific role, I was just the perfect person for it.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you put so much thought into it as well.
Yeah.
Like this was important to you on multiple levels to create this rounded character, not the caricature.
Always. I think way too much about everything all the time. And so everything I do is kind of overthought in a way. Even when I do like a very minor character, I think of like what their morning was like, what their relationship is with every single person in the room, how they think about them, how they feel about them, how they would react to the little things that they do, whether or not they would be charmed or disgusted by them, because all those things are important. But you can't be thinking about them; they just have to happen naturally. So the way I go about that is as a process is I think about it in my own time, like how do I feel about this person? And I sort of bake that into myself. And then when I'm there, I just let those thoughts color through. That's how I approach that. So, sorry to answer your question. Yeah, I overthink about things way too much.